on our 6 radio stations, TaylorvilleDailyNews.com, and our electronic digital sign reaching thousands of drivers a day. It just takes one phone call to me at 824-3395. That's 824-3395.
WTIM. You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and the Kemmerer Village, the Presbyterian Child Care Agency in Assumption, is known for a lot of things, including their equine programs. And here to talk about that and much more is Amy Sparks, the Kemmerer Village Foundation's Director of Outreach and Donor Relations. Amy, thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you on. And I've heard bits and pieces about your equine therapy programs. I should have added the word therapy in there as well because they're open to younger folks, and you have multiple of them. So I'd love to just kind of learn a little more about them and what distinguishes the two from each other.
Sure. So we have 2 community-based equine therapy programs. The first program is RIDE, which is open to all children. RIDE is an acronym, but it doesn't have an exact meaning. It can mean anything like responsibility, respect, independence, integrity, development, determination, exercise, education. Those are all things that a child that participates in the RIDE program might experience. It's open to children in the community that are ages 3 to 17. You don't have to participate in any other Kemmerer Village programs to be eligible. It's open to the public. A lot of people don't realize that. It's been going for about a year now, and we're really trying to grow that program. We also have Horses and Heroes, and Horses and Heroes is for children with developmental delays. So it might be autism, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, whatever the delay. But our staff will meet with them, and they partner with a child from our residential program, a volunteer from the community, and a riding instructor, and then the child that's receiving the therapy.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of great information there about the equine therapy programs. You mentioned RIDE, the first one you talked about, that's open to all children. You mentioned something like it's an acronym, but it didn't have actual words put in. Although you listed some right now, so maybe we could say Amy Sparks is the one who coined what it means. So no, that's really cool. And then so you've got that. It's only been around for a year, so. How did that work? Did you already have the space for the horses and then started the program? How did that come about?
So the horse program has been going on for a number of years, and our current barn was built in 2008. So we've had equine therapy for many years, and we recently decided to open it to the public.
Okay. So you're saying now you've opened it to people who maybe aren't staying at the homes that you have. Okay.
Yes,
so then other people outside of it.
Correct. It's open to the community.
Okay. So that makes a lot more sense because I was just trying to put all of that together. But you have those programs. So yeah, you're working with children. You've also got the Horses and Heroes program for those with developmental delays. As for kind of the origin of these programs, why horses?
Well, horses. There's just something special about them. They respond honestly. They don't judge. Kids often feel accepted and comfortable around them. And there's a connection that can be built between a child and a horse that just helps them open up and grow emotionally.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of places around the country that have horses and equine therapy and this sort of thing. So were you kind of using some of those other programs as an example? Were you looking at research? What was kind of the thinking there?
Yes. So we have a certified therapist, and then we also have 2 certified PATH instructors, and they work together to determine the program, basically.
Okay. So they work through that. In terms of in terms of the horses themselves, do you have situations where a participant maybe feels more comfortable on one horse than the other, and you kind of try to feel it out, or how does that work?
So different horses are good for different things. Some children who have stability issues might be better on one of our wider based horses. Some horses handle kids with ADHD. They're just better at it. So the riding instructors and the child together kind of determine what their needs are and partner them with the best horse for their needs. But of course, most of our kids have their favorites.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was going to say I would think it would be, I mean, I'm not an expert on horses, but I know, all of them are different. It could be a case of, the horse chooses the wizard, kind of like how the wand chooses the wizard in Harry Potter. But, no, I think that makes sense. And I would imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? You also have the either the instructors or someone else who's like familiar with the horses, who kind of knows each horse well and can, sort of give that information. Do you have that?
Yes,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So you've got that system there to pair them up. You talked a little bit earlier about why it is you use horses as opposed to anything else. I'd love to dig a little deeper into that in terms of like the benefits that the children receive, like once they spend some time working with the horses. What's that like?
So we watch kids as they go through the program, and we see kids grow with their confidence and self-esteem. Being around the horses can help reduce stress and anxiety, and the children often learn patience, communication, responsibility. Riding and caring for the horses also helps physically. It can help children who have lack of core muscle control. It helps them with balance, coordination, can help with focus. For many kids, it becomes a positive outlet where they can feel successful, and just builds the confidence.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of benefits there in terms of like when a child is signed up for this program, like how long are they on it for? Are we talking like a matter of months? Or are they doing this for years? What's that like?
So it's different for everyone. We currently, as I said, this ride program has only been going for about a year now, a little over. And so we have children that have been participating in the ride program since it became a thing. And I don't see any end in sight for them. Other children participate for 5 weeks. It really just depends on the rider and the family.
And then, for those who are on it, for those shorter amounts of time, is it because they sort of see the benefits and then kind of are able to move on from it? Or is it because they maybe don't see the benefits and then try something else? What's that like?
I would say in those situations, it's more of no one's locked into anything. And some children are just doing it as a healthy activity. So it doesn't have to be necessarily where there's a problem that the children are trying to work through. It can be just a healthy activity and a way for them to grow. And just like participating on a baseball team or anything else for the summer, parents sometimes are just looking for a healthy activity for their child to participate in over the summer.
Nice. So, and I think you've got the summer, right? You got the great weather, horses are out, and the kids are out too. So that makes complete and total sense. So you talked about horses and heroes. So that's for children with developmental delays. Ride open to everyone else. Talk about like, what other kinds of situations children might end up in for which the equine therapy program would be helpful for them.
Okay. So we have a child that currently lives on our campus. He's a teenager. And I met with him not very long ago. And it was interesting when he came to campus, he had a lot of social anxiety. He was very backwards. And I'm sure had experienced a lot of trauma in his life. And he came to campus about the same time as one of our newer horses, Aggie Lou. And he spent some time with her as she adjusted to life on our campus as a new horse. She adjusted and overcame probably a lot of anxiety and social issues, kind of joining our herd. He did the same. He overcame a lot of issues, and now I met with him not very long ago, maybe a month ago, and he was a totally different kid. He talked to us about the equine program and all the things that had benefited. He was with Aggie Lou, and he and Aggie Lou are partners. And Aggie Lou wouldn't leave him alone to do the interview. She was loving on him, and he was loving on her, kind of being a little bit of a pest. But it was interesting to see how he has taken on the program and kind of treating it as his own. He was talking about how other children come to the barn and he shows them the ropes, basically.
Yeah.
It was very rewarding.
Yeah, and that's gonna feel great for for everyone involved, for obviously the kid and the family, and then also you folks, right? Because then that there's this impact, just like you described. So happy for you folks there. I'm sure maybe some folks are listening. Maybe they want to get their kids involved in this. How would they do so?
So they can do so by contacting Amber, and she is our equine therapist, and her number is 217-226-2226.
Okay, so that's the phone number right there. Is there an email address as well?
Yes, it's Amber, AMBER.Miller, MILLER at Kemmerer, KEMMERER village.org.
Okay, and then I know you also mentioned earlier on that, so you've got the child, of course, on the horse. You've got the equine, like the therapist, and then you also, I think you mentioned something else about like a community member who is like also involved. Is like how could someone get involved in that side of things if they wanted to?
Okay, so we have a volunteer program, and I don't know the phone number for it off the top of my head, but you can contact Jan.Trauber. It's JAN.TRAUGHBER at KemmererVillage.org. And she can set you up with all of the volunteer information. But the Horses and Heroes program is really cool in that everyone gets to be a hero. Everyone that participates gets to be a hero. Obviously, the horses are the horses. The heroes are the rider, the instructor, the volunteer, and the child that is living at Kemmerer Village that gets to help. Most of the children who live on our campus have been the victim most of their lives. And in this situation, they get to flip roles and they get to be someone who is helping someone else and receive that blessing.
No, that is great. And I would certainly like to believe that the horse is somewhat of a hero too.
Sure.
No, I believe it. I think you're selling the horse's short there.
Sure.
Amy Sparks, Kemmerer Village Foundation's Director of Outreach and Donor Relations, is who joins me now on the WTIM Morning Show. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and talk about the golf outing, the charity golf outing, charity golf classic, is I think what they call it, and we're going to learn more about that on the other side of this break here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Chip Flory. We join you weekday mornings from 10 to 11 on WTIM on AM and FM and on the WTIM streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on your ag information station, WTIM.
Hi, this is Matt Corso, realtor and auctioneer with Kaufman Realty and Auctions. Looking to buy or sell? We have an exciting lineup of auctions featuring vehicles, complete estates, gold, and fine jewelry. Plus, we always have premier real estate listings ready for you. Whether you're downsizing or investing, trust our team to help you get the top market value. Visit KaufmanAuctionsIL.com today to see what's on the block.
If you're 40 and over, you'll recognize these artists by their first names. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Andy, Nat, Diana, Michael. Well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com.
There's only one Central Illinois radio station that brings you the memories of the 60s and early 70s as you are cruising down the streets of your hometown. The dial position is 98.3 FM. The station is 98.3 WSVZ. From Macon to Vandalia and I-55 to I-57, cruising 98.3 plays the hits from early Elvis in the 60s to the British invasion of the Beatles, Herman's Hermits, and many more from the 1960s. Then we swing into the early half of the 1970s with artists like the Guess Who, the Doobie Brothers, and Elton John. Every song brings back something you remember about growing up. Set a button and crank up the station, playing good time rock and roll from the Tower of Power, cruising 98.3 WSVZ.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Find out about all the products and services we provide by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
At Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, life feels lighter. With helping hands always nearby and activities that bring people together, every day offers comfort and connection. From shared meals to shared moments, it's a place that feels like family. Discover the joy waiting at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. Click their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
We're back on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and my conversation with Amy Sparks, the Kemmerer Village Foundation's Director of Outreach and Donor Relations, continues. And we're going to spend this segment talking about the 33rd Annual Kemmerer Village Charity Golf Classic. And I'd love to hear more about that and what folks can expect if they want to take part.
Great. So for 33 years, Kemmerer Village has been hosting a charity golf classic, and it is a fundraiser which benefits the children and family of Kemmerer Village. This year's event will be held on Friday, September the 11th at Oak Terrace in Pana.
Okay, nice. So Oak Terrace in Pana, and how can folks register?
So they can sign up now at kemmerervillage.org/golf.
All right, kemmerervillage.org/golf. And then what's in terms of the schedule for the day, what's that like? What should people expect?
So there's a putting contest that starts at 7 a.m. while groups are signing in, getting checked in. And then the tournament begins with a shotgun start at 8 a.m.
Okay, so 8, and then that's when that starts. Is there like an early bird like registration period?
Yes. So we have early bird registration every year. If you sign up and pay for your team, have it all done by August the 7th, then we enter your team's names into a drawing for 4 18-hole golf passes to Oak Terrace.
All right, nice. So you could end up registering for this and then getting to play even more golf at Oak Terrace. So that's super cool. And then is there lunch as well?
Yes, lunch is free. Angelo's from Taylorville serves us lunch, and I don't know what the menu is yet this year, but it's always delicious.
Okay, all right. So you'll get some good food there as well. And yeah, anything else you want to mention specifically about the Charity Golf Classic?
Yes. So we have a chipping contest that'll take place during the tournament. We have 8 proxy holes, which most tournaments don't have quite as many proxy holes. Every proxy hole, the prize for that is 4 golf passes to another golf course somewhere around Central Illinois. And we give out over $3,000 in prizes that day.
All right, $3,000 in prizes. So are those for like the best finishing teams or competitors? Is that
Yes, we have
okay.
2 flights.
Yep.
There's the A flight and the championship flight, and then we give out trophies and cash prizes to the top 3 finishing teams in each flight.
All right, so bring your best golf game if you're going to go to the Kemmerer Village Charity Golf Classic. Again, that's Friday, September 11th at Oak Terrace in Pana. Into the last minute here, where can folks go to get more information on Kemmerer Village or the foundation?
So they can go to our website. It's kemmervillage.org. And the foundation information, we all share one website, so it's all there together. And that's where they can register for a golf team as well, kemmervillage.org/golf.
/golf. I like your URLs, nice and simple and related to whatever the event is, because I think for the dueling pianos performance in April, I think it was something catchy like that as well. Not golf, of course. Amy Sparks, Kemmerer Village Foundation's Director of Outreach and Donor Relations. Amy, thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it was good to have you on, and thank you for listening here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes with another conversation for you.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The voters